Hey FishTube, Steven here. Not going to be a fancy video with a lot of editing, just turning the camera on to tell you what happened. This morning my wife woke me up to our 90-gallon in our bedroom because it was full of dead fish. And it was pretty obvious when I got up and saw it what had happened. At some point yesterday, probably in the evening time, after the solenoid had already turned off, someone bumped the needle valve on the CO2 cylinder. And so whenever the solenoid kicked on at 5 in the morning, an hour before lights on, it was just blasting the crap out of this tank with CO2. And this is a 90-gallon tank, so I already had a pretty good bit of CO2 going through here, at least 5 bubbles a second. But whatever amount it was pushing in here, it immediately evaporated the bubble counter water. My drop checker was piss yellow, should be green, and my pH had dropped by at least 2 points. It was below 6. I lost my Melanotaenia Boesemani, my Melanotaenia Goldiei, my pseudomugil luminatus, my pseudomugil furcata, rummynose tetra, cardinal tetra, Siamese algae eaters, autosynclus, strawberry spotted hillstream loach, a longfin albino pleco. I even had 2 platies in here that I had used to cycle another tank a while back, and they're gone too. Some silver lining in this, there were some survivors. My pearl gourami and my Goldiei cory, they have a labyrinth organ that allows them to breathe air. They managed to make it through this, and they're recovering in a bucket right now. Also, one of my pseudomugil luminatus managed to make it through this. Don't know how. He's also in the bucket. I had a pair of longfin albino plecos that I intended to breed. The male somehow made it through. The female doesn't look like she will. I have some cherry shrimp in here, some coals that I put in here a while back, and they're alive. The Amano shrimp are alive, and the snails are alive. I know that fish can generally recover from being gassed for a certain amount of time. I've seen it on other channels. Unfortunately, the CO2 had been running for over 3.5 hours by the time we noticed it. So I did a 50% water change just to try to get as much of the dissolved CO2 out as possible, and turned on the air stones again. I also have the power head running at the same time as the air stones, so it'll chop up a lot of these bubbles. That's what you're seeing right now are air bubbles, not CO2. The pH has already gone up by 1 point. And it's not like it's a total mystery what happened. Obviously, we were doing a lot of stuff yesterday, moving around a lot of things, and I think just the needle valve got bumped. And in hindsight, it's dumb that I have my CO2 cylinder sitting out in the open next to the tank, although it has been sitting like that for a year with no issues. Now I need to figure out a way to protect it. I don't have any place I can put the cylinder where it's covered, so I need to put something that prevents the needle valve from being touched. I was excited to do a tank tour for this one. It was going to be my last tank tour after I had done an overview of all my other tanks, because it's been my pride and joy. Basically my cure for depression and anxiety, and I'm confident that it will be again. but today sucks. So yeah, this is utter devastation this morning, and I'm still not going to give up. Anyways, thank you for watching. Sorry this one's not as happy and humorous as I normally like to be, but shit happens. See you all later.